I began to think, what is it about my daughter's world that will be different than mine? Given the fact that we are obviously not so far apart in age, but again, a lot can happen in a very short amount of time. So I began to think about, what is it that I knew or came of age knowing or seeing that she won't? And so I began to think first of things like VCRs. I know. Some of you still have a VCR. We don't. There's not one in our house. So my daughter, one day, somebody's going to be talking about a VCR, and she will have to stop them and say, I have no idea what you're talking about. But these are these things that very quickly, because of DVDs, or now because of being able to stream movies over the web, that this is a part of life that may not be around much longer. Or we talk about things like film. There are other things like taking pictures, so this will all be digital. And so the idea of how she views pictures won't be in touching them, but it'll be in clicking them, swiping them on a screen, or clicking them through on a computer screen. You'll be able to see them, that you just order them, and then they deliver them to your house, or you go pick them up if you want to touch them. And again, this is a key difference of when you want to see pictures of my kids, I'll pull out my phone and show you pictures of my daughter, whereas my mother-in-law, she'll reach into her purse and pull out the photo album that's got the pictures in there. So other things that may not be a part of it, just cables or wires with wireless internet. They even have TVs now that have wireless cable, so you don't have to connect the cable from the wall to your TV. I know, thank you technology, right? I mean, our TV can now go anywhere, so feng shui advocates rejoice, because now it doesn't have to be right where the cable jack is. So these things of wires and how we're transmitting this information now digitally or wirelessly is a part of our world. Payphones, most of them are gone. This one, in fact, if you can read it, it says it's 10 cents a minute. I guess that's long distance, so back even when you had the long-distance phone cards. But payphones are few and far between if you can find them. It's always great to watch an older movie where they're using a payphone, and you're like, man, that's like Back to the Future stuff right there. I don't know who's using payphones anymore. This is a typewriter and a fax machine. This is a museum waiting to happen right here on the sidewalk. But things that obviously still are using less and less. If you want to fax something to me, I'll give you a number, but I don't have a fax machine that it goes to a service that then sends me an email as an attachment. So even if we still have some parts of that technology, need to get the original there, we can scan it, or there's other ways to do that. Newspapers are in rapid decline. 24 of the top 25 newspapers last year experienced, for the second consecutive year, a decline in readership and subscriptions as well. And so print newspapers are things that are falling by the wayside. Even things, this one hurts, libraries. I know. But libraries across the country are having fewer hours because of budget cuts. They're offering fewer services, and it's something that when people can have delivered to their house the books that they buy through the web, or when they can now, again, digital books are growing in readership. It's still not anywhere near a vast majority of the market share. But when it's something that was such a staple of our world, or such a civic center, a place, for that not to exist, could be very interesting, or something that we need to pay attention. What else? I do like a little audience participation. So what else, other than the things I've mentioned, won't be a part of my daughter or your child's world that were a part of yours? Checks, right. So the checkbook, you always carry your check with you. Now places usually don't even take checks, or you even forget to take the checkbook with you. So yes, checks, fewer and farther between. Popcorn poppers, right. So, yeah, I don't even have one of those. I remember, I know, I just get out of the bag and you put it in the microwave for like 2 minutes. And no more than 2, because if you do, then the house is ruined. You might as well go to a movie, because you don't want to be there the rest of the day. And if somebody does it at work, that's the worst. And you try to figure out who it is. A beeper, a pager, exactly. That was short-lived, I think, but unless you're some sort of medical staff or anything else? Cassette tapes, CDs, exactly. Even the CD is now saying 8-track players, right, records, the tin cans and a wire in between. I know, there's lots of things that, but even, yes, the music. Now more music is downloaded than bought in hard form.
Even like landline phones in your house.
Landline phones, so we don't have one in my house. My wife and I never have since we've been married. We just have our cell phone. And so yeah, there are all these things. They seem to be, where has society gone? I don't even know. I don't even recognize our world anymore, because so many things are different.